Our natural environment is like a life support system. The oceans, glaciers, and waterways, the air we breathe, the land we use for food and resources, and the flora and fauna that form the intricate web of life. Life would not be possible without all of these things existing in harmony. Everything we do at home, at work, and everywhere in between impacts on our environment. Consumers and organizations at all levels are increasingly aware of their environmental impact, so having a good environmental record can give a business a considerable advantage in the modern marketplace. Yet despite the momentum towards more sustainable economies, we are still using resources and producing waste faster than the environment can handle.
Hi viewers, a very diversified personality, a graceful lady, Alison Robertson is with us. She is an actress, personal development coach, motivational speaker, and podcast host of Hold the Drama. So, hi Alison, how are you?
Hello, how are you? Thank you for having me. I'm so thrilled to be here.
Yeah, it's an honor for us as well that you came into our show. And now tell us our audience about you and you are how you got success in your life and how you actually step up to the success.
Okay, sure. Well, my name's Allison Robertson, and I live here in Los Angeles, California, and I've called this home for the past 20 years. But I was raised on the East Coast in New Jersey. That's where my heart lives, is on the East Coast in uh, New Jersey, and New York is where I got my training as an actress. And I came out here to California to do television some time ago, which is my absolute passion, is television and theater. And about 10 or 15 years ago, I crossed over into personal development and realized that my real gift was helping people, that I really could help people move from point A to point B and sort of get what they want. I understood how people could move emotionally and get out of their own way to get what they wanted. So that has been where my life's work has been the past few years. And then I'm also a mother, so I have a full plate. And recently, in the past year, I've added author to that host of monikers. And I have the book Enoughness that came out a year ago. So I'm very proud of that also. Oh, I can't hear you. Something went away.
Yeah, okay, okay,
Now,
okay.
now I can. Okay.
I actually muted my mic due to one-way voice. Yeah,
Made me panic.
basically. No problem. Yeah, I actually did it myself. So, tell us about your experience and life journey. That what is success and how it is hard to get and how we can get it smartly.
Okay, so first of all, success is, um, first of all, coming from the creative world, from the acting world, it is, you know, it's filled with a lot of rejection. That's the first thing. So you have to have a lot of belief in yourself. You have to have a really strong mindset, and having a creative and entrepreneurial brain. That's what sort of drew me into the personal development field, right? And I realized that mindset is so important in any field that you are, just in life, having a really positive mindset. Now, that's not just saying, I'm just going to have a good day, right? I just believe that things are going to be good. It's really teaching yourself, practicing to see things in a positive light. Most of all, seeing yourself, having a tremendous belief in yourself. Coming from the entertainment industry, it's tough, right? Filled with rejection. So if you don't learn to believe in yourself very quickly, that road is going to be a very tough one for you. And once I became a mom, I realized that that was important to teaching my children that. And along with that belief and mindset, I also believe that compassion, um, gratitude, and kindness is equally as important in those steps. So I do feel like that's the foundation to success, is setting yourself up with those principles. Um, that's just the first start. That's just the foundation, right? Before you begin. But mindset is the biggest uh, catalyst to achieving any success, any goals. And that the second thing is having a big dream that you then turn into attainable goals.
Yeah, you are absolutely right, Alison. That's basement is the thing that you define to our audience. Uh, what is your book about actually, and what is the message in your book actually you want to deliver to the reader of your book?
Well, the book was written, it took a very long time to write, and the book is called Enoughness, because I believe, well, first of all, when I was writing the book, I didn't feel I had any right to write anything to anybody. So it was also about my own personal journey of believing that I had something to offer people, first of all. And my book is about exactly what I just explained to you, is how I, through my own personal stories, through my client stories, I talk a lot about my father and my grandmother, what they taught me. I grew up in a multi-generational household. And I think that that is so important now, in a world where we're so disconnected, social media, being so busy, that there's so much to learn from our elders. There's so much to learn from our own family. Here in the United States, I don't think we value that as much as other cultures do. But I've had the benefit of growing up in a multi generational household, and I currently live in a multi generational household. So I talk a lot about those experiences in my book. But I also, the main message in my book is that whatever you want, I believe you can get it. And I want you to speak it into existence, meaning I want you to actually say it out loud. And I want you to know that today, that wherever you are today, that you have enough inside of you to start that journey. Yes, you may need a mentor. Yes, you may need more education. Yes, you may need more support, but you are enough right now today to start whatever journey, whatever business, whatever dream, whatever schooling, whatever your circumstances. You have enough inside you to start today. And is it going to be tough? Sure. But will it be worth it? Absolutely.
Yeah, Alison, will you please share about your mentor that to whom you follow? Uh,
Oh, there are so many that I follow. I always say that I learned at the knees of every giant there is. Um, I'm a huge fan of course, Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins. Um, I believe very much in a lot that she does. Um, Marianne Williamson, Deepak Chopra. Um, Anybody that spreads a positive message, I believe that we take a little bit from everybody, right? All the messages, if it resonates with you, steal it, borrow it, take it in, see it how it applies to your life. Um, I spent a lot of time in the beginning of my personal development career studying everyone, going to many classes, many seminars, many weekends. I think everybody has something to teach you. But the thing when you're in your journey, no matter what you're doing, whether it's creative, whether it's entrepreneurial, whether it's business, whether it's tech, whether it's education, I always think that you need to pay attention to the one person, that there's always one person that's reflecting back your superpower, your gift, right? And I had that in my business partner. And she was the one that reflected that I could do this. And I think that that's really important, that there's always someone reflecting to us, whether it's a mentor or a teacher or a parent or a friend. And we need to listen to those little voices that are reminding us how great we are.
Yeah, you are absolutely right, Alison. Uh, um, Today, in today's nowadays, basically, all the people wants to do job, while entrepreneurship has appeared, and there are lots of other ways for the youth to choose a path, as technology is also rising day by day. So how do you think that adopting these skills may reduce the poverty, and the entrepreneurship era has been started, and to identify inner skills and inner talent, uh, young generation, what can the young generation do actually?
You mean what can the younger generation do to identify within themselves? Yeah. I think the younger generation has the world at their fingertips. But at the same time, I also think they're incredibly overwhelmed with so much information. There's so much information coming into them that I think they can dismiss a lot. They can feel defeated. They can feel not good enough, right? Because of so much coming in. So I think the first thing the younger generation needs to do is know how incredible lucky they are with how much education and information is around them. And there's so much free education out there right now that was not available for me and probably not available for you, that is available today. And the first thing is, if there's something that you want, this is the first thing. If there's something that you want, really know what it is, write it down, say it out loud, because if you don't know what it is, it can float right past you and you won't know to grab it, truly. So you have to identify what it is, and don't be afraid. The younger generation will have 20, 30 different opportunities than we had, right? It's okay. They're going to change their minds a lot because of how much information is coming in. So I think that they should explore everything that they're interested in, right? Not be fickle, but they should explore. And they also need to be patient and follow through when it gets difficult. So if they know what they want and they're able to find the education, which it's out there, even some of it's free, they need to follow through, even when it's tough, even when there's obstacles. And they need to find a mentor. They need to find somebody who can reflect back, somebody who can show them the way, somebody who already has fruit on the tree, right? Somebody who has what they want, so that they can show them the way or help them through those hard times. When they're looking for those entrepreneurial opportunities, or they're looking for those creative experiences, sometimes it's just as valuable to know what you don't want as it is to know what you do want. So that's why I ask for people to hang on when they're exploring something. But I think the younger generation has an incredible opportunity at their fingertips at this time. But a mentor, patience, bravery to speak what you want, and follow through and gratitude. Always have gratitude for what your opportunities are.
Yeah, absolutely. You are right, Alison. In our era, there was no internet. Means there was internet, but it was not as much advanced as it is now. The education has become really available from every platform. It's either a YouTube or a Google, so you can learn from them. They are basically the professors YouTube and the lecturer Google. You can say lecturer YouTube or professor Google.
Yep.
So yeah, they are available for the younger generation, and free of cost education, the quality of education actually. In our era, there was no means free of cost education. The quality of education was not as much free as it is now today.
Right. Right.
So younger generation have more options, and they can adopt any skills, and they can earn well, they can entrepreneur, they can develop their skills, and of course they can learn from, they can earn from, they can learn from, of course, from this technological era. So
Absolutely.
it is also improved the values, actor values, actually actor and actress values, because the social media platform has made us everyone actor and actress. Like I didn't expect that I will be in front of camera ever, that I came in front of camera and taking interviews of the personalities like you. Absolutely, it's a really powerful platform through which we can um change the world, we can do better for the world and make the world better for each other. As a It has become a global village for all of us, and there are no distances between the states and the countries. So we are here and you are here, and we are on a single platform right away.
Agreed.
So yeah, exactly. uh, uh, what who basically in which what will you please share your childhood memories with us, and how it went gone through?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I grew up, I'm an only child. So I spent a lot of time with just my mom and dad, and my grandmother lived with us. So, like I said, a multi-generational household. So I was fortunate that, anytime my parents traveled or did anything, I got to go with them. So I have really incredible memories of traveling with them. But uh, we spent all of our summers at the beach, by the ocean. So a lot of things that people don't know about me as a child, because of being an actress and being an entertainer and being in Hollywood, nobody knows that I was an athlete. So I spent all my life playing sports, soccer and or football, um, and softball, and ended my high school career as a field hockey player. So nobody knows that I was a rough and tumble kind of little girl, who was more of a tomboy than a glamorous girl. So I grew up with a dad who probably wanted a son. So I know how to play ice hockey, and I know how to spiral a real American football. Um, I know how to drive a sports car, and I know how to drive a very, very fast motorboat. So I think he tried to make me the son he never had. So that has uh, sort of shaped who I am as a woman today. And one of the things about those childhood memories for me is that it's made me teach my daughters that they can actually do anything. Because my father never put any limitations on me because I was a girl. So it was a very interesting childhood for me. Wonderful, right? I always say, people say, was I spoiled as a child? And I wasn't spoiled. I feel I was extremely privileged, but was not allowed to take any shortcuts. So my father made me strive for excellence, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. And I appreciate everything about that today because it's made me an incredibly strong woman.
Yeah, what actually differences between the famous and the unfamous personalities? Because once the actor has become famous, and the life is suddenly changed from unfamous to famous. So, what life experience will you please share with us?
From being an actress, with being an actress, well, I think, one of the trappings with Hollywood, like being in LA, in Los Angeles, is the vanity part, right? Is here in Los Angeles, you get a very skewed, or being in Hollywood, I should say, or the entertainment field, you get a very skewed view of your physicality, right? Um, One of the most amazing things is being able to come and talk on shows like yours is that I realize I get to talk about so many other things other than make believe, which is really awesome. But here in LA, so much is around that fake world, right? And that's been a very hard thing. So sometimes when you leave Los Angeles, you realize how much we worry about here that we really shouldn't worry about. That it's a sometimes very superficial. That's one of the things. And that world can sometimes make you forget that there are more important and bigger things, happier things, easier things. A year ago, I started saying, happiness is a commodity that I value. And I think it's something that people have forgotten. Now, I don't know if that's globally or just here in Los Angeles, but I like to eat. I don't need to work out every day. I don't have to wear makeup all the time, so it's that kind of stuff. I'm going to be 50 in January. So I'm grateful for my parents' genes that they gave me. But, you do get very hung up on age here in Los Angeles. So being an actor, that's stuff you think about all the time in your head.
Okay, will you please share what dramas have you done as an actor, what
On
films and
TV,
actor?
on TV, you mean
Yeah,
like?
exactly, on TV. Yeah, exactly.
So recently I was, I don't know if you have these shows yet, but I was on Criminal Minds, and For the People. I was on The West Wing, Dawson's Creek. I know a show that's on where you guys are. I was on Bold and the Beautiful. Do you have Bold and the Beautiful? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that the beautiful film, Bold and the Beautiful. It's really a famous drama,
Yes,
and
so I have a dear friend, Patrika Darbo, who's on the Bold and the Beautiful. She's a main character. I don't know if you guys are there yet, but when you get to her storyline, you tell me and I'll see if she'll come on your show. She's wonderful. You'll really like her. That's my dog. Um, I also was in the movie The Sixth Sense. And but my real love is I love doing theater. So anything live, that's where my training is. That's where my heart is. And but my gift is that I love helping people. And I have found my peace being helping people and starting this career now with my personal development firm and writing my book. I mean, my book has been just the greatest joy in the past year.
yeah, absolutely fantastic, Alison. You have a really a diversified experience and qualities and abilities and talent. Uh, you said you just say you have been appeared in the Bold and the Beautiful. That I recall that's a beautiful that movie I saw a lot of times, and it's really a wonderful drama.
Yeah, that's so fun.
Really,
So glad
yeah.
I'm so glad someone told me that. I didn't realize that. That's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, so, what do you say about? I will little bit shifting the topic because health, safety, environment. How much important is in our life? Actually, I would like to that you share the importance of safety, health, and environment in our life, so that we should adopt it and we should fasten the seat belts and other, because in Asian countries we normally don't adopt it as a priority. So what do you suggest that what is the importance of health, safety, environment in our lives?
Healthy environment is as in protecting the environment. Well, I mean, I think it's something we all need to pay attention to. It's something we all need to consciously um, band together and make a part of our lives. I mean, here in California, we are very conscious of our environmental health. It's it's pretty paramount here, you know, recycling and taking care of our beaches and watching our use of plastic bags and banning of straws and, you know, things that we as a society can do. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Nowadays, environment is being means like the fossil fuels and the
Yeah.
cutting of the trees and printing of the papers has been
Yes.
increased.
Yes.
And the other, our self environment, self thing means self safety and self health means meditations and to focus on ourselves and our health and our hygiene food and healthy foods, this type of things we don't normally prioritize it as an actor. You had adopted and you are adopting it on daily basis. Yeah.
First of all, when it comes to the environment, I think it's it's such a um, it's a habit. First of all of it, all everything you just said is a habit, right? And it's an inconvenience. That's the problem. That people need to think beyond themselves. They need to think beyond themselves and they need to think of each other. And honestly, it's what we're experiencing with the pandemic, with COVID-19. The reason why it's so epidemic, you know, and we're dealing with it globally is because it's not just about me. It's about that I need to think about you, right? And it would be able to probably, we would be able to make it more manageable if I didn't just think about myself, that I thought about my neighbor. And that's the problem with environmental things is that yes, it starts with me, but I have to do it for me, for you. And we're just not a society that thinks like that. We don't think about our neighbors. We don't think about our countrymen. We don't think about our bordering states or our other um, people across the globe. And I think that's what has to change because that would be being a little bit selfless. And that is where I think we lack as humanity compassion and empathy for one another. You know, we're very quick to judge, we're very quick to criticize. And it's a knee jerk response that's a very bad habit we have. And that's what needs to change first and foremost is I think we need to teach our children empathy. We need to up our emotional intelligence, which can be taught. You know, we can't teach IQ, but we can teach EQ, emotional intelligence. It's going to be invaluable as we move into the future. And as we teach that empathy, compassion, gratitude, understanding, how to walk alongside somebody, I truly believe those environmental issues will start to turn because it's a habit that starts with you, but it's about your neighbor. Um, you know, people know the benefits of meditating. People know the benefits of having a great mindset, how you talk to yourself, being positive. But it's a habit for one. It's a habit for me. But I can't make you do it. You can't make me do it. You just have to suggest it or tell me the benefits. So it's a little bit of an interesting shift we have going on. And like I said, I think the pandemic that's happening is a real mirror for us uh, as devastating as it is that we really have to not only think about ourselves, we have to think about each other. And I think that's where the shift will start to happen. But empathy and compassion is the key to making that change.
Absolutely, you are right, Alison, and we should need to adopt all the safety measures in our lives and protect the environment by ourselves, and no one will protect it except we ourselves,
Yeah.
right? I am really great, thankful to you, and really, it was an amazing experience with interviewing with you, and I believe that people who watched us on and communicating to each other learned a lot from you as well from our platform. And what would you like to share in what would you like to suggest to the youngsters that what they should do? And then I will say goodbye to my audience and you as well.
Okay, great. I love that. First of all, thank you so much for having me on, and thank you for having this platform. I love that you can reach so many. I think during this time of uncertainty, it's so important to remember to have tremendous amount of compassion right now, and empathy, and understanding. But also remember that it's a tremendous time for opportunity, and know that we don't know what's going to happen next. And if you have that dream, or you have that story to tell, or you have that business idea, that don't be afraid, even though it's uncertain right now. Go ahead and tell the story, write the business plan, go to the schooling, because we do not know what's going to happen, and all possibilities are still able to be taken advantage of at this time.
Thank you so much, Alison. Hope we will talk again, and we will discuss again, and we will be live again upon another important topic with you, and of course to learn with you actually. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.